Can AI help you brainstorm pool designs? That's what we're going to try to figure out today. A few days ago, I was attending some training and exploring the world of artificial intelligence and large language models. And I started thinking, daydreaming really, I wonder if these tools can be used for people to help people design or come up with or even brainstorm different pool designs for their unique yards and situations. A lot of times, we think of what we want and we kind of have an idea of what we want, but it's hard to get those ideas out of our head and into either a written form or a sketch or what have you, and give that to the pool design builder or designer team at either your builder, or if you're doing it yourself and you've hired a design team like a DIY pools and spas like I did. You have to be able to get what's in here out. And often what I'm kind of wondering today is maybe artificial intelligence can do this. So I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to take you guys along and let's see what we find. It may be good, it may be bad. Let's check it out. Okay, so what I did is I went to ChatGPT first and I said, hello, because you always want to be nice in case, T1000 starts launching. I want to come up with new design pool. Let's go back. Let's say pool designs for my backyard. What kind of prompt would you need? Oh, man, terrible. Would you need to help me come up with images to brainstorm ideas? Also, are pictures of my backyard helpful? And let's see what he says. So yeah, so basically he's saying here's all the stuff you need to get started. Daytime pictures, I got that. Wide angle shots, sure. Rough dimensions and so forth. Okay, so what I did is I took those prompts that the ChatGPT recommended and I put them into this document so I can change the different aspects of it and keep trying over and over again. So I just pretty much listed everything that that it recommended. And then also, if you remember, if you watch my previous video, you can see that video was about creating 4 lists, or I provided 4 lists. It was a free file for you. You can go back to that video, or you can go down to the link in the description and you can get access to this planning spreadsheet on Google Spreadsheets. And one of the things on there is a tab that just talks about the basic shapes and specific shapes of different pools and what they're used for. So I figured we can use those in our prompts to see what we can get from Google, or excuse me, from ChatGPT. So with that, let's see what we get. Okay, so first thing I did is I went and grabbed this backyard. I have 2 other images that we're going to use, but I want you to see this first one. And then I loaded it into a kind of subset of ChatGPT called Sora, which generates images a lot faster than traditional ChatGPT. And so I gave it 3 images from the backyard, and then I just basically pasted in the prompts that ChatGPT told us to paste in earlier. So I said, hey, here's some photos of my backyard. Attached are the images, yada, yada, yada. I went with a natural looking pool. I wanted a free form figure 8 and design elements that are beach entry and water features. So I did all this in advance because I didn't, you got to load it, and ChatGPT does this little thing and it starts talking, thinking for a while, and then it'll generate an image. And I didn't want you guys to have to wait for that. So got that in there, and the results were remarkably good. So this is one of the images it came up with. You can see here's the house that I gave it, and this is definitely a free form pool with a beach entry. So kind of interesting. It gave us two versions of this, here's the second version. You can see it's a little bit different. You had the chat or the AI went a little wonky here. You can see the stairway to nowhere. But overall, you could still, if this was your house, you could still get a good feel. And I think it did a pretty good job of coming up with a figure-8 freeform pool, beach entry, has a spa in there, and it's very natural looking. So, um, yeah, hey, this isn't too bad, right? So let's see what else it can do. Let's do something a little bit different. Okay, and this one I went with a slightly different type of pool. I wanted a Grecian Roman pool, which combines kind of straights and curves. I wanted it still to be natural looking, so I'm going to throw a curve. I'm going to say I want it natural looking, but I want it Grecian Roman. And then I also put in some water features. I wanted water features. I got rid of the beach entry, but I said I wanted a tanning ledge and no diving board. Yeah, it wouldn't work for us. So with that, what it came up with, again, not too bad. You can see the house here is more accurate, although it did lose some features on the house, but you can definitely see how the pool would fit in there. I got to tell you, I've never seen a water feature like this. That's either you're going to love or hate that, but it is something different. The other image it came up with, kind of different as well. For whatever reason, it decided you're going to need a whole new house. So that's bizarre. But it does show you kind of, I don't know if I'd call this a Grecian Roman, other than you got a square hot tub with a free form pool. Is quite interesting. But it again, we're brainstorming here, right? And so artificial intelligence is giving us some interesting perspectives into things. Okay, so but what if we want to change the angle of the view? So I thought, because we're getting this one big view here, we got the weird water feature. Yeah, I got it. Let's do this. Let's say I don't like that water feature at all. Quite honestly, I don't even know what to think of that. But I asked it to revise this image and remove the water feature, add bubblers to the tanning shelf, and change the camera angle to make it look like a drone shot. That way we get a little bit different view of what the pool would look like in the yard. And it gave me two pretty good images. So here it is. You see the water feature's gone. And it's got the bubblers. Looks like it's on a lower shelf. That's probably not accurate. They would be up here. But you can really see now, this is the house. It looks more accurate to what it is. Of course, I would probably have the decking go around, but man, just to be able to visualize this in your yard is pretty powerful. It also came up with an even higher shot, a little bit different design, very funky or kind of geometric design here. It is kind of interesting to me, round pool and square design with some curves. I mean, this is just very, very interesting. I don't know if I do this. You probably have some water flow issues over here, but you get to see it, and I think this is overall a pretty neat thing that you can just change the angle on the photos that you had look at it. Okay, let's say we do this one more time. So this time I'm going to go in a whole new direction. I'm going to say I want the pool to look like a high-end resort pool. I want a geometric square shape pool, and I want the decking to be of white marble and the pool plaster to be NPT gray pebble stone. The design entrance are that I want, I guess, I don't know why I put this, but I want a beach entry and some water features. And I think I put in that here you go, I want an attached spa and spill over. So what it came up with, not too bad. It's kind of interesting. Here you can see the house. It's a little bit weird. I don't know why you need a fan above your trees, or your bushes, but why not? But from the pool, right? This is what we're trying to do. ChatGPT decided your yard's going to be bigger, but you can still see how it fits with the actual house. Some weird things. These water features are kind of not quite accurate, but it doesn't really matter. You're still seeing that you got, this is what a white square pool would look like with the classic raised hot tub and spillover. Another one that it came up with, put the hot tub over here. I think this is really nice, where you could see, oh, if I want the hot tub closer to the house, or do I want it closer or away from the house, and so on. So this is basically, you could see 3 different views here, and I just want to take back and look at this one real quick. This was the first one we did, kind of nice. But let's take a look at it. That was the original shot. This is the inspiration of the pool design, and this is what it came up with, which obviously the slope looks a little bit more. This is why you really need designers in the end. Humans got to come in and fix this. The engineering is going to fix this, where it's going to take that slope into consideration. But, if you're just brainstorming some ideas, what do I want it to kind of look like? How nice would it be to have this developed out for you with AI? And you're like, yeah, I like that style, and send that off to your engineering team. Man, that would make it so much easier on them. I'm going to have to say it's probably a pretty neat tool. You just got to work with the prompts. I think if you get into the description below, I'll list a link to that Google Docs file. So if you want to pull that down and copy those prompts, as well as a link to the spreadsheet if you want to look at that. But I'd really encourage you to go look at my other video on the 4 list. It kind of explains the spreadsheet a little bit. But if you want to skip ahead, I don't care. Do whatever you want. They'll be down in the description. Also, if you are an AI guru and you know some better prompts, man, please help us out. Put that stuff in the chat or in the comments below. I think it's a powerful thing. It'll really help us move things forward. However, like you see, it's not perfect, but it will help you brainstorm some ideas. That's pretty clear to me. And I'm excited about what it will come up for you. If you see some really neat designs or some really funky designs, that'd be pretty cool to put those in the comments as well. All right, till next time, talk to you later.